Thank you for watching Premiere Technical Support FTP YouTube channel. Today we're going to show you how to access our server and download American Top 40, the 80s with Casey Kasem. I'm going to show you a couple different ways how to do it. First up, we're going to show you how to use Windows Explorer. We're also going to show you how to add a network location with Windows Explorer, and then in a separate video we're going to show you how to use the FileZilla FTP client software program to access our server and download your files. So first up here, you should have received an email from us that has your username, your password, and your folder location included. It's also going to have a couple of attachments, one of which will highlight what our file naming scheme, and will tell you exactly what each file name means. So here we have the email that you should have received. There's going to be a couple different links that you see. They're called embedded links right at the top here. Here's one and here's two. They have the username, the password, the server, and the folder path all included in them. These are designed to automatically log you into a specific location, the very fastest access that you can have here. You'll see that the two links that we provided are for the A program, and then one also to jump into the folder that would hold your B programming. For any given week, if the original air date of 80s is between 1980 and 82 or 1987 and 1989, there should be, or I believe there will be, two programs available, obviously with different original air dates, and that's designed to hopefully customize the show that you're airing and have it closely reflect the music that you're playing on your station. You will get a full schedule of the available programming when everything is set to air for the full broadcast calendar year from our affiliate rep team. And then down here at the bottom half of your email, you have just the plain server root directory itself, your username and your password separated out for you so that you can use whatever information that makes life easier on you. To begin with, though, we're going to go into Windows Explorer, and I can either click on my Manila file folder down here, I can right click on the start menu and go to Open Windows Explorer, or I can also hold down the Windows key and the letter E, and all will get me to the same place. If you're in the address bar, I'm going to type in ftp.premierenetworks.com. I'm going to get prompted for my username and password. For the purpose of today, that's FTP video. I can save this information. I don't recommend saving it because if you use another account perhaps to get to our FTP server, saving this information could potentially interrupt or disrupt that other connection. So we're going to hit log on. Now I have all the folders that are on our server, but I'm only concerned with Casey Kasem, the 80s. I'm going to highlight a couple things here. At the top of the list you see 1-Q sheet. This is where we would post the weekly Q sheets, and in any given week where there are two programs available, you will see the B or the optional programming highlighted with a -B tag in the file name. You will also see there is an optional audio subfolder here. This is where you would see a folder with your station calls. For today it's going to be test-fm, and that's where we would post the B programming. And then down here, test-fm is the folder I'm using for my primary or my A programming. Now you see a whole bunch of different files in here, 40 to be exact. What we have each week is we have a separate set of files for Saturday and a separate set for Sunday. The feature programming, the main program itself, is identical for both. The reason why we have two sets is the commercial inventory that is automatically embedded in these segments can and frequently does differ from Saturday to Sunday. We could have the same advertiser that's promoting a special or a sale that only runs on Saturday, and they want to run a different spot on Sunday, so we have to create two unique sets of content so that we can work with our ad partners and get the content they want out, as well as the feature programming. So if you're a station that runs on Saturday and Sunday, you will need to download both sets of files. If you're a station that only runs on Saturday, you're only going to see the Saturday files in your folder. Same thing for Sunday. So how do I download? I can highlight all the files I want to download. I can hold down the control key and I can right click and I can go to copy to folder. See there, I have a temporary folder already created on my desktop, and I can hit OK. Go ahead and download those for me. Alright, so it's done downloading, so let's see how we did. Can minimize that folder. Let's open our temp folder on our desktop, and how I have all 40 files ready to roll. I can insert them in my automation, play them, double check on any of the above. So let's go ahead and delete these. Let's go back to our FTP server. Show you a different way to download. To do this, I'm going to minimize both these Windows Explorer windows and have them side by side here. So on my left is my local folder, my temporary. On my right is the FTP server. I can take 900 200-1. I can just drag it right to left, and it is now locally available. How do I get to the optional or B programming? We're going to go back to our list. We're going to find optional audio. We're going to find test FM. And then we're just going to repeat the download process. Again, you have potentially 2 sets of files in here. That's how I could just download one of them. When we send out your email with login and password information, you will also see a PDF file accompanied with it that has this information right here. We'll tell you exactly what file name means, translate to what segment. You will see that they are chronologically in order, starting with the R1 segment 1 with the smallest file number. You'll also see that the last 3 files in each set are your promos for this program. It's not for another week, it's going to go with the program that we're sending. And that is how to access our server with Windows Explorer. And in a couple different ways you can download your files. So now what we're also going to show you how to do is to save that location as a mapped network folder that you can create a shortcut to and go back to quickly for next week or any of the weeks that follow. So we're again going to go to Windows Explorer. You're going to find in your list of available resources something that says computer, this PC. It might also say if your computer has a host name on your network, that will show up right here. If you have any questions on how to do any of this or you're uncomfortable, please consult your IT team locally. There may be settings that we're not aware of that you have to work with or work around or prevent what we're about to do. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to right click on computer. We're going to add a network location. We're going to go to next, custom, next. Here's where we're going to put in the fully embedded link that we provided in our email. So since this is a screen grab, I can't highlight and copy it, but if you were doing this based on your email, you could take your mouse and highlight and copy the whole thing and then just paste it into this box. But for today, we're going to have to type it out. Video. And then once I've got that all set up, I'm going to go ahead and next. This name for my network location can be anything I want. In this case, I'm going to make it say 80s A. I'm going to go to next. I'm going to go ahead and open it up when I finish. You'll see how it doesn't prompt us for a username and password because it was already in the network location that we provided. And so I see all of the folders that are in my primary station folder. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to do another one. Add a network location. Go to next. I'm going to go ahead and find the 80s one that I just did. And now I'm going to enter in this optional audio subfolder. Next, I'm going to hit 80s and B. Next, and OK. And I see how it automatically jumps me into our test FM folder that has the optional programming for this week. In my list of available resources, you now see the 2 shortcuts that we've created. Here's what we're going to do with them. We're going to highlight the 80s A. We're going to right click, send to desktop, create shortcut. We're going to repeat that for the B, send to create shortcut, so that the next time I'm looking to download my 80s A or my 80s B, all I need to do is simply double click on my shortcut. Double click on my shortcut and I'm good to go. And that's how you use Windows Explorer to access our server, to download files, and to set up yourself a network location with the corresponding shortcuts.